Hi, this is Melissa, your free range psychic, and today I'm going to do a guided tarot reading on Jared Kushner. um, oh my goodness, this is going to be something. So his energy is really dark, also, and let's protect ourselves with white light before the reading. I wanted to apologize about something. I used the Gilded Tarot, and I was saying it was by Renee Ellershaw, but it's actually by Ciro Marchetti. That's a bit words for wear, but the book is by Renee Ellershaw. So I apologize about that. Um, so, um, I do guided tarot readings, meaning that I ask my spirit guides before I read, and I ask them who to read on. And they choose the cards, and then I fish them out of the deck. So I just wanted to let you know that. For those of you who've watched my previous videos, you know that. Also, I use a pendulum to inquire, and when I do that, I just kind of use it freeform so that I can open up a channel and hear them better. So this was really interesting because the reading I did in Ivanka Trump, and maybe this isn't unusual for marriages, but a couple cards that were in her reading came up in this reading. I did a simple Celtic cross layout. So, um, so let's see if you can see this. So he came up as the devil, um, and above him is the Five of Swords. Below him is the Three of Wands, and the Page of Wands is in the near past. The Five of Wands is in the near future. So really the question was, what's going on with Jared right now? And so this represents Jared, just like it represented Ivanka. And when I asked my guides about this, they said it's the same thing, really. He's all in with the evil, nefarious plans and actions of the Trump administration, and he has his own thing going on too, in terms of his own motivation, his own quest for money and power. Yes, so he's definitely this energy. And above him is the Five of Swords. So what they said about this card is he's up to his neck in evil. They also wanted to say the apple does not fall from the tree. The apple does not fall far from the tree, meaning he's a lot like his father, who ended up in jail for. I would say Google it. If I tell the story, I think I'm gonna mash it up. But it's something like he got his brother-in-law in trouble, I think, because he had a prostitute or a friend come and sleep with him and filmed it and showed it to his wife, something like that. Ha, great guy. So they also wanted to stress Kushner's negativity. And then they wanted to tell me also that he enjoys harming others. He's pretty sadistic. Um, it's all a game to him. He sees what he's doing is just a game. Even the killing of Khashoggi, he's very, very detached. So he's a sociopath, just like his father-in-law and his father. So that is Jared. I should say that's his mindset and his perspective and his personality too. Five of Swords. Beneath him, oh, this card was really interesting. 3 of Wands. So when I started asking about this card, my guides told me that this is about 3 possibilities, 3 plans, 3 ideas. And if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes here. So they may or may not come true, but he's in some kind of negotiation with 3 different power players, 3 men of influence and wealth, wealthy donors. And what he wants to do is something very nefarious and very illegal. So when I asked them to tell me more, they said to me that he wants to launder. He's looking for partners in laundering money from the Trump campaign, the 2020 Trump campaign. Yeah, siphoning off money from that campaign. Um, and that's going to be really taken from or stolen from Trump's supporters, Trump's base. So that's what he's thinking about right now. That's what he's into. So in the past, Page of Wands, and that was really just the germination of this idea that he's now putting into, he's trying to put into reality, into manifestation, this idea of how to, get some of that money and launder it. And then in the near future, he got the 5 of Wands. So they said that this card is a power struggle between himself and these other players that he gets involved with. And when I asked, well, what is the power struggle about? My guide said that Kushner, Jared wants more, or at least the other people involved believe he wants too much money. He wants the lion's share. He wants to profit the most because he's a typical criminal. He reminds me of a criminal, like a noir film or something from the 30s or 40s, where the typical criminal, kind of bought down by greed. So in the future, there's going to be this struggle between himself and the other people he gets involved because he wants more of the money, and they're not happy about that. And so there's a fight going on, but he thinks he's entitled to it. See what else I said. Oh yeah, and they're thinking that he's overstepped his mark. Yeah, he is a very arrogant person by nature. We can all pretty much see that. And so a fight ensues about that. So that's kind of what he's up to right now. So let me ask a few questions. Oh, I am going to do another reading later on today, I think, about the marriage between him and Ivanka. That's a separate reading. So they're saying Jared is a foolish man who will end up a lot like his father, only worse, because of the crimes he's committed are actually more nefarious, with more consequences. And he is like really, maybe if I had more cards, the full card would have come up because he's just about to walk off a big cliff. He has really very little or no ability to reflect on himself. And he's not really great at long-term executive planning. He's not really looking far into the future. He's just kind of kind of in the present. He's the perfect son-in-law for Trump, and I guess I think I'll talk about that in the next video. But what I'm going to talk about is that I think that's probably why Ivanka married him, because he's really fitting the bill. He's so much like Trump in so many ways. So So that's all about this reading. Um, Usually I choose a card for us, but I think I'm going to do that later on after the reading about Sir Jared and Ivanka. So so it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Kushner seems to like to be in continual intrigue and danger, and he feels, I think he puffs himself up thinking he's with the big boys, playing the game the way it should be played. But he's also pretty stupid because these things are going to just blow up in his face. So I should really let me ask another question about him. I know I'm going to ask my God, should I do another reading, or should I just ask now? Because I wanted to, it came into my mind to ask about the Mueller report. Or not just the Mueller report, but the FBI investigations, the New York investigations. And yeah, it was that expression in my eyes. It's like, oh no, that is just awful. Oh my God. Yeah, the things that he's done, the things he's been responsible for, like with, yeah, I think, yeah, I think I've heard or read that he helped set up Khashoggi and that murder, and he thought he was pretty clever. Things like that, and just his dealings with Qatar, and his relations, general relations with the Saudis, and with the Russians, and behind it just money, 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 trying to amass more and more money, um, carrying on probably in the place of his father. Um, yeah, and with him it's all about getting his father's approval, just like with Ivanka. She's trying to get her father's approval. Jared's cut from the exact same cloth. So there's more about Jared that I want to ask just regarding him, because he's got a duality about him. He's kind of, I don't know, like androgynous. Something about him doesn't quite um, make sense, or he's not really revealing himself as he truly is. But probably none of them are. Um, so that's I know this is a very short reading, but that's the reading for Jared. And there's nothing else they really want to tell me. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. And I do personal readings, so I put my information below, and you can contact me that way. And I look forward to the next video, which is coming up very soon. I'm going to do it later this afternoon or tonight. So I hope you're having a really great day. Today is Sunday, uh, and oh, April 28th, 2019. And I think I'm going to go outside for once. It's not raining. It looks beautiful out there, and I'm going to get out and enjoy it. So take care, and I'll see you soon.